All right, welcome to the chaotic crossover fun that is Memento at Obliviscere, a game of forgetful heroes. I'm Raven, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your DM.
Hi there, I'm Tiana. My pronouns are they, she, and I am playing our lovely fairy druid, Bubbles Utonium.
Okay. Um, hey, I'm Lior. My pronouns are he, they, fey, and I am playing your Fearbold Rogue Han duo.
Hello, I'm Shy Knight. I am playing Captain Steve Rogers with my sidekick Bucky, and really, that's it.
Hi, I'm Rob, he, him. I am playing Queen Elsa, and Eladrin.
All right, and so, every time at, either at the end of a session or sometime during the week before another session, I put a list of questions that I came up with through a random number generator to see what question we'll answer about ourselves this week. And so I got number 5, which is if you were a Disney princess, what kind of animal, talking or otherwise, would you have as a sidekick? And so I think for me, I would have either a calico cat or some sort of fruit bat.
I definitely thought long and hard about this. What animal sidekick would I love to have? And I would like a crow because they're probably smarter than me and they bring me shiny things, but I would probably more likely have a cow as my sidekick animal because they're very curious and they get into all sorts of shenanigans. Also, they struggle going up and downstairs.
I was also thinking about this quite a bit. And my mind just kind of kept going back to a really fluffy black cat who specifically is voiced, whether they're talking or not, is voiced by Alan Tudyk. Because that man does some of the best animal voices in the world, but also he's just really funny.
That's amazing.
For me, all right, I immediately went to a talking tiger or lion because I just felt it was a fierce and strong animal. But I gotta say, part of me really likes the idea since watching the show Peacemaker about having a sidekick as a hawk or a bald eagle. Just think it'd be cool, especially a talking one. I don't. It just seemed like it was a really cool thing, certainly in the movie or show. So that's probably what I would.
Well, for me, since I'm playing a Disney princess, I could just cop out and say, something like an Olaf or something like that. But I would have to say, if otherwise, if it, I don't know, like in general, I don't know, things like dire wolves seem appropriate, especially for this kind of character. So, just like a wintry kind of creature. So that's the creature that just kind of resonated with me.
Okay, awesome. For an inspiration point, who wants to do the recap of last week?
Do it. So we were back in our. I do not remember the name, like where we have been spending the most of the campaign, but we were just sort of there and you know cooling off from the PvP when Galinda got a ping sort of that a house had fallen and killed the Wicked Witch of the East by some sort of witch in a house. Yes, I'm reading straight from my notes. And we needed to go and get the slippers that she was wearing. And then essentially the from the time that Dorothy shows up in in Oz, the first like 15 minutes of the movie happens, and we are accompanying Dorothy to the Emerald City. In the interim, we helped a mermaid get back to the sea, and we have picked up the Scarecrow. And Dorothy tried to take an apple off of a tree, and not realizing the trees were alive, was then attacked, and we initiated combat. And it was a bit of a rough one, but we made it out. And we leveled up. And I think that's all we got.
Yeah, I think that sounds like everything. Take an inspiration point.
And Steve got a sweet trident.
Steve did get a sweet trident.
Yes, from the mermaid.
Yes. We saved the mermaid as a team, but the gift was for me.
Oh, the other thing is that Dorothy apparently can Eldritch Blast people now.
Oh, yes, because she has the emerald slippers. I'm sorry, Ruby. I'm new at this.
The Emerald City Ruby Slippers.
Too many gems.
Lots of gemstones in that story.
Thank you, yes. The ruby slippers, and now has the ability to.
All right. So, after escaping the tree's wrath, the party walks maybe 40 feet before running smack dab into something cold, metal, and rusty. Who's in front?
It's usually me, yes.
All right. So you're in front. You trip over something, and you realize it's an oil can.
What is this? What? Looks like an old oil can. You guys, look at this.
Do a perception check to see if there are any tin men around.
Okay.
Again, I'm just trying to crank out all of these skills. Oh, hey, I rolled pretty well. I rolled a 17 on the die.
What was the check again? I'm sorry.
Perception.
Perception. So you're not proficient in that,
Okay.
but nearby there is a little cottage, and next to it is this really rusty statue or sculpture of a warforged man in paladin armor, ready to swing his axe at a tree. Or so you think. The sculpture begins to make a sound.
I'm kind of cautious about it, but I do point him out to Steven, like, maybe that guy?
He looks like he doesn't want to be bothered. But he does look friendly. Holding an axe, I mean, I guess, how friendly can you be?
Bubbles is gonna fly over and introduce herself and just start chattering at him. My name is Bubbles, and we just fought some trees. You probably don't want to hit that tree with an axe, unless like maybe you want to fight trees too. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. We just picked an apple, and they decided to attack us. Like it's an apple. They had more.
So you hear a noise, and it sounds like
Are you hurt?
I
I got nothing, guys. What do you think he's saying?
Well, we could play charades.
I hold up the can. Is this what you need?
He seems
Okay.
very excited about this. As excited as one can be, when they can only move that little.
I start to. I
Okay,
really
what
don't
do-
want to say the phrase I'm thinking, but it is the only phrase I can think of. I start to oil him up. I hate that. I said that out loud. And I also hate that there's public record of it now.
Oh yeah. Please take the can and do whatever you're doing.
But
Which is what again?
I'm not saying it again.
So, as you kind of use the can on him, he moves his limbs, the axe, his legs, his mouth, and he says, "Oh, thank you, I can talk again, I can move again. I've held up that axe for ages."
No problem, man.
Were you attacked? Were you hurt?
Well, it was about a year ago. I was minding my own business, chopping this tree like you do, when it started to rain. And right as I was about to chop it in half, I rusted solid, and I've been stuck like this ever since. Well, you're perfect now, Dorothy Beams.
Oh no, perfect. He does look a bit rusty.
I was
What's
trying
your
to be
name?
nice. Well, they just call me the Tin Man these days. I wasn't always the Warforged. You see, the Wicked Witch of the East cursed my axe to chop me into pieces, and with each piece I lost, I went to the tinsmith to build me a new one. Until finally there was only 10 left of me. But the tinsmith forgot to build me a new heart, and I've felt empty ever since. And he kind of bangs on his chest to indicate his hollowness.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's terrible. But you seem
Yeah.
strong and sturdy.
Well, sturdy's one word for it. It's lonely not having a heart. Well, what would you do with a heart, mister? Why, I'd feel human again. I know what it means to be tender, sentimental, to have friends again. To feel anything, jealousy, devotion, sadness, would be most wonderful indeed.
Well, we're on a quest to find some things. Maybe you'll find what you're looking for.
That would be lovely. I don't know how easy it would be to come across a heart, but... Well, you could always ask the Wizard of Oz. We're going to the Emerald City to see him. The Emerald City? That's a long and dangerous journey, and it might rain on the way.
Well, I do want to warn you. We have been attacked by many things. Can you defend yourself?
I mean, he does
Well-
have an axe.
Yeah, I do have an axe. I used to... Well, before all this, I was...
Okay.
I was a shipwright in the Navy, before I settled back down into Munchkin land.
Okay, well, you don't have to worry about rain because we have the oil can, and Han can oil you up.
I mean, anyone can. It doesn't just have to be Han.
I fully dropped the can. I'm not doing that again.
Bubbles will pick it up and try to offer it to Han and be like, "You dropped this."
That's what I get for being nice. Okay. Let's go.
Yes, but what you've done, you've saved this Tin Man, this warrior of tin.
Let's go.
But what if he won't give me a heart when we get there? He has to, Dorothy says confidently. We've come such a long way already. You call that long? A familiar voice snaps. You look for the sound of the voice and see Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, leaning on her broom atop the roof of the Tin Man's cottage. Why, you've just begun! Forgotten about me, eh? Well, I certainly haven't forgotten about you, my pretty. Helping the little lady along, are you, my fine gentlefolks? Well, stay away from her unless you'd like me to stuff a mattress with your innards, or perhaps make a beehive from your corpse. I've always wanted to get into beekeeping.
Okay, that's a lot.
She looks at the scarecrow and she grins. Wanna play ball? And she casts a scorching ray. And she will attempt to hit. Where are my... So she is going to cast Scorching Ray at the Scarecrow, at Bubbles, and at Steve.
Rude.
So she gets a nat 1. and actually ends up setting her own cloak on fire. And let's see, she takes 7 damage. Shit! She yells. Oh, you all think this is funny, do you? Well, now.
Well, I have to say that is quite amusing.
Elsa's just snorting in the background.
Yeah, just not cackling, but definitely lots of that.
So, she just, enraged, she opens her mouth, and this swarm of bees comes out, and they start heading your way. And so she laughs. She's my little Dorothy, I wish you good luck with the wizard and a happy journey back to Kansas. Oh, and as for Dorothy's whittled champions of goodness, I do so hope you'll send her my regards. And then she disappears into this plume of smoke, as her bees head your way, and they're gonna start attempting to sting everyone.
How far away are they from the party?
Oh, I'm gonna say she was probably not that far from the house. Maybe 20 feet from the house, and then 30 feet up. So maybe about 50 feet. But they're closing in. The bees.
Are we rolling for initiative? Because I want to cast a spell.
Yeah, yes, you can roll initiative.
Got a 6.
Yeah, I really wanted to cast a spell, but it looks like I'm probably going last.
Oh, good. My brain's all over the place. Give me a second. 15. It's not too bad.
What did Han roll?
I got a 15.
Okay.
I do remember. I have to be conscious of that because I roll physical dice, none roll 20.
Okay, so it looks like up first are the bees. They seem to be very intrigued by the Tin Man. So they are going to attempt to sting him. But they did not roll especially well. Yeah, they got a 6 total. So it is it's On's turn.
Oh, how far away are these things from me?
Let's see. I'm gonna say they're probably about 15 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna zoom right in, and I guess it's like a swath of bees, so it just sort of like I know a rapier's a piercing weapon, so just sort of like whooshing throughout the cloud of bees.
Okay.
That I guarantee you that did not hit. That's a 9.
Yeah, 9 does not hit.
No, I figured.
It is Bubbles' turn.
Alrighty. We are fighting. I am going to cast Fairy Fire on as many groups of bees as I can.
Okay. So there are 2 swarms of bees.
Okay. And as long as they're within 20 feet of each other, I can cast them and outline in blue. as long as they fail a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So, that is an 11 total, so I do not think that...
They fail!
Yeah, they failed.
Alrighty. So, they are coated in a bright blue outline, and we now have advantage against them. Also, they can't turn invisible, which would be horrifying if a swarm of bees turned invisible, just saying. But yeah, they're outlined in bright blue. And that is
Alright.
my whole turn.
Alright, yeah. It is the Tin Man's turn. So he is going to cast Wrathful Smite on himself. And so Wrathful Smite, the next time you hit with a melee attack during the spell's duration, your attack deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom save or be frightened of you until the spell ends. As an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against your spell save DC to steal its resolve and end the spell. So it's concentration up to 1 minute. So he does that, and he is going to attempt to hit them with his... I believe he has a battle axe. Yes, his battle axe. So he got a 22 to hit.
Who is he attacking?
He's attacking the bees.
I zoned out so hard. I thought it was the bees attacking us.
And did the fairy fire hit both swarms, or?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it should have. So we did 21 damage to the bees. They're not looking so hot now. The bees are going to wait, actually he only does half of that. Because they seem to be resistant to slashing damage. So they only take 11 damage. And so the bees are going to attempt to hit the Tin Man again. Or these bees are, rather. This is a different swarm. Bees are not rolling well tonight.
I mean, in their defense, it's a swarm of insects.
Yeah.
Yeah. They they only got 5 to hit, which does not hit. The Scarecrow is up next and is going to use his short sword on the bees. On the swarm that the Tin Man hit. Ooh, not 20 plus 5. So he does 12 damage to those bees, but it is in half. So he does 6 damage. And it is Steve's turn.
Okay, you guys go left. I'm gonna go here. Bucky, look out! There's bees incoming. All right, we're gonna take them out. I'm gonna swing my trident, my beautiful trident at this swarm, and try to stop them from coming in.
Okay.
As soon as I figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. Okay, that's my screen. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna roll for attack. See if I hit, and then if I do, well, then it's gonna be interesting. Doesn't look like I'm gonna hit. It's a 7.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Okay, so the trident misses, and I'm going to try for my bonus attack with my shield to see if I can hit it.
Okay.
Don't forget, we have advantage because of the fairy fire.
We'll back that up a little bit then.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah.
No worries, and I didn't remind anybody. How rude of me.
I don't think any of us that are are at our full brain capacity right now, if I'm being totally honest.
Well, I'm in Raven's defense. I mean, how many characters? But yes. So can I roll again?
Yeah, reroll for the trident.
Nice. That is a 17.
That does it.
Nice. Okay, so now roll damage. That is 8 piercing damage. But wait for it. There's more.
Alright.
So when the trident additional 1d8 cold damage on a hit.
Alright, roll your extra 1d8.
That's 6.
So, which swarm did you hit? The one that's already been hit or the one that hasn't been hit?
I'm gonna go with the one that's been hit, but I would have obviously attacked whatever's in the closer.
Okay. So that's so they seem to be what's the word? Resistant to the piercing. So that does 7. But the cold does full damage, so that does 13. And they look like they're on death's door.
Wonderful.
And it is Elsa's turn.
All right. So how big around is this or each swarm?
I'm gonna say like maybe 5 or 6 feet around.
Okay. So if I cast a spell on them that had a 5-foot circular range, then I would only hit them. I wouldn't hit anybody else.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going to cast my new spell, Snillix Snowball Swarm. Say that 3 times fast. And they have to make a Dex 14 save. And the description is, a flurry of magic snowballs erupts from a point you choose within range, which is 90 feet. Each creature in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw, and 3d6 cold damage on a fail and half on a success.
Alright, let's see. So I believe total that is 10, so I'm assuming that they failed.
Yeah. All right, so let me roll for damage.
Alright, so are you hitting the swarm that's already been injured
No.
or the second swarm? Second swarm.
The second swarm.
Okay.
And then for my movement, I make sure that I move as far away from the second swarm as I can, figuring that I'm probably pissing them off.
Alright.
So my movement's 30, so I move 30 feet further away from them. And
okay. So you're about 45 feet away from the bees. Let's see. So it is Dorothy's turn, and she is going to Eldritch Blast the bees that are less injured. 5. So that's so it's +5, so that's a 16 total, which does hit the bees. And they take 8 damage. They are not looking so hot now as well. So it is back up to the first swarm of bees. And they are going to go after Bubbles. So they got a 7 to hit.
Does not hit.
Yeah. It is Han's turn.
It is. I'm a bit of a one-trick pony, but that's kind of the nature of martial classes, isn't it? We still have. Oh my god, I'm rolling so poorly. We still have Verifier still active.
Yep.
Okay, it really doesn't matter because I rolled a 3 and a 4 on the die. So I didn't hit. But I just wanted to make sure that my rolling with advantage is valid. Oh god, I'm rolling like garbage. Anyway, that's my turn.
All right. It is Bubbles' turn.
1 second here. Okay.
Does
I
anybody have a
am
can of Raid?
Yeah, exactly. I am going to cast on our lovely last group of bees. I'm gonna cast Ice Knife on them, so I need to make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
Have advantage because they're still fairy fired. 20.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yes, I figured. Alrighty. And that will be 10 piercing damage and 9 cold damage. Oh, and they need to make a dexterity saving throw in
Okay.
order to take the cold damage. It's the 2-part attack.
So they got a 23 total. So they dodged.
Yeah, they definitely saved. So they still take the piercing damage. Well, half of that because they're
Yeah.
tiny bees.
So because they're resistant, they would only take 5 normally, but I guess half of that will make that 3 damage. And it is the Tin Man's turn. He's going to attempt to hit them with his battle axe. So he got a 21, which does hit. So I think I guess he still has Wrathful Smite going. Probably just this last turn though. So he got. So I think that's 8 damage total. He takes out the first swarm of bees. And all that's left is the second swarm now. And it is the second swarm's turn. They are going to attempt to go after Dorothy. 13, which might hit. Let me check. Yes, meets it, beats it. So they do hit Dorothy. She takes 10 damage.
Oof.
It is Steve's turn.
Okay. At this point, you see me just kind of swinging my trident in the air at these bees attacking. Not really actually hitting them, but waiting for an opportunity to attack again with my trusty trident, and I will attack again.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
That does it.
I will roll damage. That is for 5 damage of the piercing kind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to roll the 1d8 for the cold damage of 3. And since I forgot to take my bonus action last time, I'm going to do that.
Like I said, nobody's head is quite right tonight.
Oh, and don't forget you have an advantage.
13. Yeah, it was already hit, so it's fine. 13.
13 does not hit.
Okay. Ooh. Do I get the advantage on the second attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
See, that's what I like to hear. Doesn't matter, it's lower. It's a no-go. It's a miss on the second attack with my shield.
So
hit him with my shield and just miss.
So the bees, they look like they're pretty much dead. Like one more good hit should do them in, and it is Elsa's turn.
All right.
Finish him off, Elsa.
All right. Let's try to magic missile these guys.
Yeah,
Let's see.
That's an auto hit, so we'll just say it takes him out.
Oh yeah.
Now, there's just this, like, scattering of bees on the ground. And that is the end of combat. There's just something that feels a little eerie about seeing that many dead bees in one place. The Tin Man seems kind of sad about having to hurt the bees. But he offers to let you stay in his cottage for the night and rest there.
Ah, thank you. That would be great. I know I can use a rest. My bones are killing.
Yeah, I'm not feeling so great after that last battle. I definitely need some R&R.
Alright, so you can take a short rest or a long rest there. And the Tin Man doesn't have much food or anything. This was his house. He didn't really need to eat, but it's really dusty now. I think he does have a fruit tree out back, a peach tree. But because this is Munchkin Land, it's also blue like most of the things there. But that's what he has to eat.
Are we doing short or long rest?
I'm good
Um,
with whatever length you all need.
Yeah, you can do either or. You would have
I
time.
think short should be fine.
I could really use a long rest.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'll just that's fine. I will never say no to a long rest.
Yeah, either one works for me. I can use. I will keep first. I will keep an eye out.
I can take
when-
second watch.
You never know when she'll be back, or
Yeah,
That's
she
fair.
others.
knows where. She knows where we are, so she sends more bees.
So as you're all getting ready to go on watch or go to sleep or what have you, Dorothy just kind of quietly asks if you all still want to come with her after all the trouble that she's gotten you into.
I'm positive we would have gotten into this trouble if we weren't escorting you. It really isn't a big deal.
Absolutely, we're on our own mission at this point, and we would have been attacked regardless. We are just happy to help protect you in any way. Bucky, you good with that?
Bucky squeaks an affirmative.
And Elsa says, plus we've gained some valuable intel on what the switch can do. So, when she feels like she really wants to face off against us, I feel like we're going to be in a lot better state than we are now.
Oh yeah, we haven't even seen Bubbles get angry. Well, we have. They haven't.
Yeah, exactly. You've seen me turn into a bear. That's kind of like getting angry.
Oh, you should have turned into a bear for the bees. That would have been epic.
I thought about it, but then I was also worried they would fly out of where I could reach, and that also bears and bees don't have good track records together. So
All right. Well, the night goes by without any events, and you can start back down the road whenever you see fit.
What is this playing in my head now? He's on down the road. That doesn't get us a copyright strike.
So, after several hours' journey down the Yellow Brick Road, you reach a dark and eerie forest. Those of you with dark vision can see just fine. but the rest of you require torches or another light source to see. There is chilling laughter and the calling of birds all around, reminding you that Maleficent could send more were-ravens your way at any time. Dorothy, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow are all scared out of their wits and won't stop chanting that there could be lions and tigers and bears in the forest. Before you can shush them or react, roll on the encounters table.
Tiana does it because she weren't here last time.
What am I rolling?
A D20.
Okay.
Yeah, straight D20.
Just straight D20 already. That was a 1.
Okay, let's see. What do I have for a 1? So, as you're trying to hush them, you come across another swarm of creatures. This time, they appear to be monkeys with wings. They screech and fly towards you.
This is awful.
Maybe they know the way to go. Well, watch out. We have incoming.
Oh, they seem very displeased to see you all, and they are going to attempt to attack.
Oh man.
Why is everything here so angry?
And flying. Everything here's flying.
Trees fly? Did they?
Yeah, but they threw those rocks at us, right?
Bulls. Oh, wait, no, they threw rocks.
Let's see. I'm going to start rolling.
We are rolling for initiative. Yes.
Alrighty.
Battle stations, everybody. We got incoming. They're coming in hot.
Couldn't have just been like, you see a butterfly and everything is happy.
No, why would we ever get that?
That would have been a nat 20, not a nat 1.
I rolled a 2.
True.
I literally rolled a 2.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
Oh my god.
Oh, my NADPOD fans out there.
Technically, I rolled a nat 1. Damn it.
I mean, I've played many a character who have had 0 as their initiative roll because of a -1.
Did they
I've
just set
only
up the
seen-
battle?
They just were in their own little universe until the very end of the round. My favorite though is I have rolled as a monster a -1, and I just didn't know what to do with that information, really.
There's a special space at the end of initiative served for that.
Yeah.
The bad rolls continue. I rolled a 4. I did 10 altogether for my initiative.
Okay. Yeah, so
Oh my
far.
goodness.
Okay.
Let's see if I roll double digits after that first perception check.
So Elsa and Bubbles both rolled 9s, but I'm guessing Bubbles has a higher dexterity.
That's what it looks like, so I have
Love
made a
that
note of that.
+1. Gotta love that +1.
So many 3s that I have rolled. Alright, so it looks like Dorothy is going first.
That's gonna be fun.
So she is going to cast Eldritch Blast at there are like 3 swarms of monkeys. And that hits because it's a 20 total. And the first group takes 5 damage.
Are these 3 swarms next to each other, or is like one in front and the other 2 when they're in the back, or vice versa? Or how are they kind of aligned in front of us? Or
They're kind of like one on the bottom, and then about 5 feet in between, is the next row, and then 5 feet up from that is the third swarm.
So are they kind of in a straight line, more or less?
Yeah, they're almost stacked on each other, but not quite.
Going up?
Yeah, up.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
So it is the first swarm's turn. And they have pack tactics, which means they have an advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the monkey's allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally is incapacitated. And it's going to be going after Dorothy. So it would have gotten at 1, but let's see what it gets because it is advantage. Still not very good. Yeah, that is a 5, which does not hit Dorothy. And it's another one of the swarm's turns. It's also gonna try to hit Dorothy. Does not hit that time. Still doesn't hit. I'm rolling very poorly tonight. So it is Bubbles' turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to wild shape into a brown bear. And I will do my 2 attacks.
Alright.
On whichever flying monkey is the closest.
Alright, that would be Swarm 1.
Okay. Oh, that's a 9 with my bite. That's not very good. But a 25 with my claws.
Alright, yeah, that second one hits.
Alrighty. That will be an 11 total of slashing damage.
Yep, that does it. Obviously that hit them. It is now Elsa's turn.
All right. So the reason I wanted to know how they were aligned is because I want to know with Rhymes Binding Ice, how many of those swarms can I hit in a cone without hitting any of my team?
Oh, I'm gonna say you're probably 10 feet away from the monkeys.
So if I try to hit the first swarm, I'll probably hit teammates or no?
You are probably close enough that you'd be able to hit teammates, yes.
All right. Then I'll focus the cone on swarms 2 and 3.
Okay.
All right. And that is a con save of 14.
Alright. First swarm does a 4, plus, I'll check in a second, but I'm pretty sure that didn't make it. Yeah, that was a 4 and a 5, which total is a 4 and a 5, so they are hit.
All right. So they take 3d8 damage, 17 damage. Ooh.
Alright.
And they are also hindered by ice formations for 1 minute, or until it or another creature within reach of it uses an action to break away the ice, so their speed is reduced to 0.
Alright.
I think I want to do my bonus action, which I took I'm assuming like the Tin Man is somewhere nearby.
Yeah, yes.
All right. So I took the feat Gift of the Chromatic Dragon. And for my bonus action, I can touch a simple weapon or martial weapon and infuse it with some kind of damage type. So I'm going to touch his axe and give it cold damage. And for the next minute, his weapon will deal an extra 1d4 cold damage when it hits. And that's my bonus action.
Alright, awesome. Han, you're up.
Okay. I really don't want to think about it too much. I'm just gonna shoot at one of the ones on the top row
All right.
with my short bow.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use my inspiration because I cannot believe I just rolled another goddamn 3. Okay, there we go. 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Yes! It's not a lot of damage, but I don't give a shit. I hit once.
All right. How much damage did that deal?
8.
They are not looking so hot. They're definitely bloodied at this point.
Give him the middle finger. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So, let me see. It looks like one of the swarms. Well, the Tin Man and the monkeys are tied for dex, but the Tin Man has a higher dex overall, so he is going to go next, and he's gonna attempt to hit the bottom row with his battle axe, and that is a 20 total, which does hit. So.
And don't forget the 1d4
That's
of
what I'm
cold
doing
damage.
right now.
Got it. Cool.
So they take 8 damage. They are also looking bloodied. And it is the middle monkey's turn. They're going to use their turn to try to break out of the ice. Which they did not do. I think that's a... Let's see, what is the total? They do not have very good strength. Yeah, that's technically that's a 1, but it was not a nat 1. But they did not do very well in attempting to do that. So it is Scarecrow's turn. Scarecrow is going to hit them with his short sword. Got a 10, which does not hit. It's Steve's turn.
Did we lose Steve?
Oh, my apologies. I was muted the whole time. I went through a whole speech.
Oh,
So
damn.
basically, my character is going to spread his wings, fly into the air, and attack the monkey at the top of the pile there, the highest monkey in the group. And I'm going to attack with my trident.
Okay.
I got an 8.
That does not hit.
No, it does not. Okay. So I will do my bonus attack with my shield, and see if that hits.
Okay.
That's a 10.
That also doesn't hit.
So I am just in the air, swinging wildly with my shield and trident. I'm terribly sorry for wasting their time.
So it is Dorothy's turn. And she is going to shoot at them with her crossbow. So that's a 9 total. She does not hit. It is the bottom row of the monkey's turn. They are going to try to hit Dorothy. I've hit. Let the record show that I think I've hit once tonight. So that's a 5 total. It is the
Only problem is if they're flying and they're above Dorothy, they're hitting them regardless. She can't block.
So, the top row of monkeys are going to attempt to get Steve.
For talking out of turn, I understand.
So they got an 11 total, which I don't think hits.
Does not hit me now.
And it is Han's turn. I mixed up the numbers last time. It should have been Han first before Bubbles and Elsa.
It's okay. Yeah. Has anyone gone for the middle row of monkeys yet?
Frozen
They
by
are
ramen.
they are injured, but no one's going after them like right at this second.
Okay, I'll go for it.
Weren't they frozen by ramen?
Yeah, they can't move right now. They're stuck.
Right, but if they get attacked, they would break it.
Oh, then yeah, I'll just keep going for the top one. There we go. There's the rolls. That's a 21 to hit.
It
Never
definitely
trust-
hits.
Never trust a monkey DM. Then. Attack them, yes, please.
How much damage?
That's another 8 damage.
Alright.
Anytime I'm taking a long pause in between announcing the hit and announcing damage, it is me rereading sneak attack and seeing like, can I do this? Probably not.
Yeah. Not so good. They're looking like they're on death's door. So it is Bubbles' turn.
Alrighty. Bear Bubbles is going to attack the monkeys that look like they're going to die
Okay.
to the best of her ability. A 17 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Alrighty, so that is 7 piercing damage with my bite attack. They chomp into the nearest monkey.
So they kind of like screech one last time and then they fall down. And because the other two were kind of on top of them, they kind of fall closer to the ground and they kind of land on top of each other. Like 2 monkey ice cubes. And
I have my second attack, and I'm gonna attack one of the monkey ice.
Okay.
Because I might as well. That's not a natural 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
For 12 slashing damage for my claws.
Alright, they are looking like they're on death's door now.
Superb.
So it is now Elsa's turn.
And was that the third group that's looking like on death's door?
That's the middle group, so the second group.
Middle group. Okay. All right. So then Elsa is going to cast just at first level magic missile on them.
Okay.
And that's remind me. So do I click the button 3 times or do I take the number and multiply it by 3?
Click the button 3 times.
All right.
That is an auto hit. So those first 2, it takes out the monkeys. They kind of slide out from the ice cubes and they fall on the ground. So we'll say that third one, because of how they fell, it hits the final group who are also not looking so hot now. And it is the Tin Man's turn. Gonna hit him with this battle axe. So I think that is a 12 total. So that does hit. So that does 6 total. So that is enough to take out the final group of monkeys. And we are out of initiative.
Ooh.
So, you don't see much as you walk forward, but you do hear this growling sound, and the further you walk, the closer it sounds. And then suddenly, this hairy mass leaps down from a tree onto the yellow brick road directly in front of the party. Put him up! Put him up! Which one of you first? I'll fight you all! I'll fight you all at once if you want. I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. How dare you sneak up on me? And the creature you see,
again.
and the creature you see is a Leonin.
Bubbles is still a bear and just kind of sits on her haunches and just kind of like looks quizzically at this newcomer.
Afraid of me, are you? Get up and fight, you shivering junkyard. Put up your hands, you lopsided pile of hay. You... Hey, no need to get personal, says the Scarecrow. Yeah, get up there and teach him a lesson, says the Tin Man. Scarecrow looks at him wide-eyed. Oh, well, Why can't you teach him a lesson instead? Well, I hardly know him. They're both clearly terrified by the presence of Leonin, but Toto, Dorothy's dog, certainly isn't. The dog barks and growls much more aggressively than one would think someone of his size could. I'll get you anyway, Pee-wee, the Leonin snarls. The dog leaps out of his basket and into the nearby shrubs with the Leonin right after him. Dorothy rushes to pick him up, and she will need to make a dex check against the Leonin to catch her dog first, which I think is a 4 total. So let's see what the Leonin gets. I mean, I don't have to check, but how much was he beat by? So then gets an 11 to her 4. So he grabs the dog and attempts to bite him.
Hey, just put the dog down. We're not here to fight you. Just moving on through.
Let's see if he can bite the dog. Because he's already trying. So he tries to bite the dog. The dog jerks out of the way, is able to scamper out of his grasp.
Be there, sir. There's no way to act. We're not looking for trouble. You seem to be wanting to fight. If you wanted to fight, you would have attacked us. So please, if you got nothing else for us, we're moving through.
It's shame on you for picking on someone so much smaller than you, Dorothy says. Well, I didn't actually end up biting him. Oh, but you tried to. It's bad enough picking on a strong man, but you went after a little dog? For shame. I'm out of here. And she starts to walk away.
I agree.
Follow her.
Shame on you.
And you see the Leonin hang his head, and he says, "You're right. I am a coward. If I wasn't a coward, I wouldn't have gone after someone so small. You're right. I'll be going now." And he kind of tries to jump back up into the trees. And does he succeed?
Does he?
Actually, he does. He bounds back up into the trees.
Oh, come on. There was no reason for that. We were just looking to pass through, and you tried to come at us.
This is my territory. I'm the king of the forest.
Can I see your ordinance for that?
I, as a bear, would like to climb up the tree.
Okay.
I like how I
Good.
went bureaucracy and you went
just
staying as
following.
nature.
I just am following. Like, oh, I didn't want to talk. He ran up the tree. I'll just follow him up the tree.
No need to take your bear after me. I surrender. Just get off my land.
I guess now that I've climbed the tree and it's appearing to me that this individual is quite bothered by the presence of my bear self. I will drop my wild shape and turn back into my little blue fairy. And I'll say I mean, you don't have to stay in this scary forest with like the flying monkeys and stuff.
They're everywhere. And he looks particularly shaken after seeing you drop your wild shape. He's just really startled that you weren't a bear, that you were something else.
I mean, you saw us handle those guys pretty easily. Why don't you come with us?
I don't have the courage to leave. It's all I know. I'm too much of a coward for anything. I even scare myself. Look at the circles under my eyes. I haven't slept in weeks. I tried counting sheep, but even they're too scary.
Well, wouldn't it be nice to have some friends who can watch your back?
Friends?
Well, we're not enemies. You didn't bite Dorothy's dog.
I've never had friends.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Well, it doesn't sound so bad. But I don't know if I can get down now.
Well, I can't carry you like this. I just.
I'll try, but I'm kind of afraid of heights.
Well, don't worry. If you get hurt, I can patch you up.
Okay.
I fly up and try to help.
Okay. If you're gonna are you carrying him or?
Not really carrying, just making sure it doesn't hurt. Hold down.
Okay. So he's going to roll, acrobatics.
So then you would just do that with advantage, I guess.
I guess so. So the first time he gets it, despite himself, he kind of does just kind of a cool flip as he lands back down on the ground, and so he says, "You wouldn't feel embarrassed to be seen with me, a cowardly Leonin? I would."
Don't worry. I'm brave enough for the both of us.
That's awfully nice of you. My whole life has been unbearable until now. You see, as a Leonin, I'm expected to be king of all beasts, and all my life I've been too scared to do just that. I'm not fierce or brave or ferocious. I'm just a big, mushy softy at heart. But if you all believe in me, maybe I can believe in me too.
So Elsa walks up, and you can see she kind of softens a bit, and she says, "You know, you're not the only one who's had to fight fear. If you ever want to talk about it, let me know. By the way, what's your name?"
They call me the cowardly Leonin, because I'm a big coward.
I'm not calling you that.
Okay.
Well, I like Leo. I think that's a perfectly good name because you're not cowardly when you're with us.
That might be a bit much, but Leo's good.
Leo's a good name.
Well, we're all looking for something, and we're going to the Emerald City to find someone who can help us and get us the things we're looking for. If you're interested, come with us. Maybe you can find what you're looking for.
I've heard of this wizard guy who lives there. I don't know if he could just give someone the concept of courage, but he's supposed to be very powerful, so maybe he could.
Yes, we've heard that as well. Gaglian, I believe his name is, and we are hoping he can give us the things we need. Maybe you'll find what you need there or on the way.
He kind of stands up. He looks a little bit prouder and more sure of himself. He kind of walks closer to the group. Not too close. He seems like he's just constantly on edge. But
As he does that, I pull out Bucky.
oh, you have a little creature.
Yeah, this is Bucky. He's very small, so he can sometimes run away from serious problems, but he's always stands up and tries to help. So we just want to see if you're interested in doing the same thing, helping Dorothy and all of us get to where we're going.
Well, I don't know which one of you is Dorothy, but I'll try to help. I'll do my best.
Well, you might have to apologize to Dorothy first. That would be the young girl whose dog you tried to eat.
Oh. Well, maybe she'll never forgive me then.
Should try apologizing first.
Yeah, let Dorothy be the one to decide whether she accepts your apology or not.
Okay. Seems scary, but I'll try.
Well, that's the first step of being courageous.
Right. So he kind of walks up the path where he saw Dorothy going. And he kind of disappears, and you can't really see what happens. But let's see if he can make a persuasion roll, which he's proficient in. So that is a 15. You can't really hear what they're saying. That they're a little farther ahead than the rest of you. but Dorothy's face seems to soften a little bit. She kind of still keeps her distance a little bit, but she doesn't seem as angry as she did earlier. As you continue onward, talking, chatting, honing your skills, what have you, you come across a site as beautiful and red as anything in Quadling Land. Field of poppies, and just beyond the field, you finally see it in the distance, the towering skyline of the Emerald City. In their excitement, Dorothy, Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Leonin all rush across the field.
Slow down, guys. You could be trouble.
Elsa casts the message cantrip to Dorothy and says, "Stop!"
Dorothy just kind of looks startled, and she looks around. Who said that?
I say, "I did. Don't you remember what happened with the trees and the apple?"
Well, there aren't any trees here, so I don't see any critters.
Well, we should at least stay together as a group, right?
You're probably right. So there's the field of the flowers, and there's a path next to the field. Dorothy and your three other new companions plus Toto, they seem very interested in the field, but they just seem very interested in the field.
Do I notice anything weird about the field or the flowers or anything?
You could make a nature check.
Am I proficient in it?
Let me look. Yes, you are proficient in nature.
Superb. I mean, it makes sense. I'm a druid. Wow, those are flowers.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, those are really pretty flowers.
That 3. Good grief.
Well, I'm just warning you. I would take the pass if I were you guys. At least you can see what's at you here.
Well, maybe we should. There could be, I don't know, like some sort of evil fire ants in there. I don't know.
It just seems a little odd, doesn't it? Just a whole field of flowers. Like, this land has all kinds of weird things. It just feels like there's something too easy about this.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
I gotta admit, they do look pretty to walk through. It's making me want to do it.
I mean, they're just flowers, so like, what's the harm?
One of them could eat us.
Flowers don't eat people.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, Bubbles, but at this point, do we really have any other way to go?
We could stay on this path is where we can go.
I might have accidentally just metagamed, and that is on me. I'm sorry.
So, Dorothy, the Tin Man, Scarecrow, and Leo do seem a little disappointed that you all don't want to like frolic in the flowers with them, but they listen and they stay out of the field.
Well, don't be sad about it. If you just want to do it, that's up to you.
Well, I've gotten in trouble for not paying attention and not listening a couple times during this journey. Maybe I shouldn't do exactly what I want every time the idea strikes my fancy.
I mean, you could try to smell one or, look at it closely, but maybe not everybody.
You guys can go frolic, and we'll wait over here. At this point, we're not abandoning you.
No, I think it's just best and safest to see what's coming at us. So let's get on the road. Let's get going. We're losing daylight, or if it is daytime.
Let's get this show on the road.
Kind of just take one last look at the poppies, and they head back out onto the road with you.
Okay, guys. Are we off to see the wizard or what?
Yeah, let's go.
Elsa casts prestidigitation just for like some musical accompaniment that might be familiar in this sort of in this, just whatever feels right as we're going down this path.
So you walk, and you finally, at long last, arrive at the gates to the Emerald City. You are all tired, weary, but filled with hope and determination. Beside the gate is a doorbell, and on the gate itself is a small window. You ring the bell.
Bubbles absolutely rings the bell. Her lack of impulse control.
So after you ring the bell, this surly, red-faced human man opens it. Oh, who rang the bell? He demands.
Hi, I'm Bubbles.
Well, Bubbles, can't you read? The notice on the door is as plain as the nose on my face that... Oh, hold on. One moment, please. He ducks back behind the door sheepishly and returns with a piece of paper that he promptly affixes to the door. It reads, "Bell out of order. Please knock."
What was that?
I mean, that's very presumptuous that you have the belief that just everyone walking around can read. Like, that's just...
I mean, how rude. He should have better manners than that. Has anybody not taught him?
I mean, it's okay that you forgot to put your sign out and everything, but, like, I think your bell works.
Maybe they fixed it since the last time.
I mean, clearly his
know.
bell works. We rang it, he answered.
Well, state your business. What do you want here?
I just wanted to say hello, and I saw a bell, and I pushed it.
No, my mission is a little bit more specific. We are sent here from Galinda, the Good Witch of the North. I believe that was how she said it. And we're on a mission to find things from the wizard, Gaglian, I believe is his name. Is anybody like that home or here? We can find out if he can help us.
A wizard? You want to see the great Wizard of Oz? No one's seen him, not even me, and I've worked here 22 years. And if the Good Witch of the North sent you, then prove it.
Does anyone still have a medallion from when we stayed with her? I traded mine in.
So, the Scarecrow actually points to the ruby slippers and says, "Why, I think Glinda sent these here with Dorothy."
Yes, that's correct. Galinda gave her those ruby slippers.
Well, bust my buttons. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Well, that's... He closes the door and you can see and hear locks and deadbolts storming. A horse of a different color. Come in, come in. The gate swings open and you see a sea of green buildings, the tallest you have ever seen. People of all races clad in green, in a green carriage with horses of every color of the rainbow and then some. As you watch, the horses shift from color to color in front of your eyes. The Emerald City is by far the biggest, most populous city you've come across in Oz. Steve and Bubbles, you feel a twinge of homesickness at the sight and wonder if maybe you're big city folks yourselves when a carriage driven by the color-shifting horses pulls right up next to you. Cabby, take you anywhere in Oz in the city we do. Could you take us to see the wizard? Dorothy asks. The wizard? I can't, well... Yeah, of course. But first, I'll take you to a little place where you can tidy up a bit.
Hi, Gabby. Did that horse just change to a different color?
Yeah, that's just how the horses are here.
I love this place.
All right, but keep an eye out because they're very happy here, and I'm not comfortable with that.
All right, so, you have all gotten to, level 5.
Booyah!
And so, I'll give you some time to buy some supplies, explore the city, even get a makeover if you want. Because you're in the Emerald City, any new gear and equipment you get will be green.
Sick.
That's
I
what.
get my nails and toes done.
They definitely could get you a mani-pedi.
Nice.
So
There is a general supply store where you can get basic equipment, potions, weapons, a blacksmith who can improve or enchant your armor or weapons, a gnome selling random trinkets and items, a fancy actually there are two gnomes with stores kind of across from each other selling random trinkets. There's a fancy upscale clothing store. There's the clothes themselves don't really do anything. They just make you look cool. And then there's an inn, the Great Green Lizard of Oz.
Okay, I know. I'm looking for armor. So I would be going to the blacksmith to get maybe a stronger armor.
All right. There is. Sorry, go ahead.
I would like to go visit the trinket shops because why wouldn't I?
Everybody's got to check out the antiques.
Elsa goes along as well. She could use a magic item or two, perhaps.
Yeah, Han joins. Why not?
So, the blacksmith is a dwarven woman. She says, "What can I do for you?"
Well, my goal is to upgrade my armor. It's taking a bit of a beating, and I'd like to maybe upgrade it.
She kind of inspects your armor. She nods. I can add an extra +1 to your AC. +2 if you've got the coin.
Well, I might have the coin. Will it make it nice and shiny?
I suppose perhaps I could. The armor could be polished as well. Yes.
Well, what would that cost me?
Well, the polishing is 5 GP. To add +1 to your AC is 50 gold coins, and the +2 would be 100.
Well, I have the coin for the extra, but in this particular case, take the one. I have some other things I need to get today as well.
All right. That'll be 50 GP, and you can come back in an hour, hour and a half tops, and I'll have it ready for you.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
So, there are 2 trinket stores. One is called Terrell's Trinkets, and the other is Magic Trinkets R Us.
Start with Terrell's because I feel like we should support local first.
Alright, so now Terrell's Trinkets. Each trinket is 15 gold each. You have 3 rolls. You can keep all 3 or just 1 or 2. But you will get a 12 gold discount, 33 GP total if you keep all 3.
Okay.
And, okay, so first, pick a number between 1 and 12.
11.
Alright. Now roll a D100.
D100. Okay. 14.
So, you get this, ink and quill set, but the quill, will not take the ink.
Oh.
Seems like maybe it uses something other than ink. You're not sure what.
Ooh. I don't like that. That's foreboding. Alrighty.
Magic.
What else can I find at this lovely store?
They just, have their trinkets. They don't seem to sell anything else.
Is there anything that is like animal-esque? Either like a little figurine or something, or maybe like a stuffed animal or something.
But the gnomes, they seem to keep things pretty cluttered in their shops, and it's hard to make out anything individually. You kind of just have to reach out and grab something.
I will continue to just rifle through things in hopes of finding something soft.
Okay. I guess pick another number, 1 through 12, and roll another D100.
We're gonna go with 4 this time.
Okay.
An 89.
A gigantic blade, when used in combat of any kind, it becomes immobile and unable to move at all. Otherwise, it's as light as a feather.
Alrighty. This is not helpful to me at all, and not what I was looking for.
Can we ask the gnomes if they know where the lycanthropy expert might be?
Oh, you mean Clegane? Clegane,
Yes.
stays in the Great Green Lizard of Oz, usually. Yeah, that's where he does most of his business out of.
All right. Well, I think that's definitely worth at least one trinket. So Elsa starts rifling through the trinkets. She picks number 7, 23.
Nice.
A tent that seems to get smaller and smaller with each new use. Who knows how small it can actually get?
Elsa looks at Han and Bubbles and says, maybe we should try the other shop.
Yeah, I think I'm good without trying my hand at this.
I just want something to snuggle with at night.
Well,
Okay.
sorry, I did that voice. Well, maybe you could find something at the general store. They have lots of stuff there.
Thank you for your advice. You have wonderful trinkets.
Thank you. We find them from all over the land.
Are we heading across the street?
Yeah, we're heading across the street.
Excellent. Is this store the trinkets are is it slightly more organized?
A little bit. The trinkets are 25 gold each. You get what you get. And you pick a number 1 through 219.
219. Wow. This is a job for a random number.
I missed that. Did you say between 1 and 19?
219.
Oh, 219.
Yes.
205.
Alright, 205. A humanoid skull with ethereal green orbs in its eye sockets.
Okay. Going to do an Arcana check on it. There has to be something with this thing. That's not bad. It is a dirty 20. On an Arcana check to figure out what the fuck this thing is.
So it seems like it's not magical, but the orbs in its eyes seem like they could be valuable.
Okay. I mean, you get what you get, right?
I'm gonna go and try to find one of the gnomes that works there, and ask them if they have any soft toys.
Well, I'm sure we do, my dear. It's just not very organized in here. I apologize. We get random shipments all the time. We don't always know what's in there.
Alrighty.
That hit way too close to home. It's my job.
Okay, well, what is 111?
That's an angel number, is what that is.
It is a music box which can record 1 minute of music played by an instrument.
Kind of cool. Not what I was looking for, but kind of cool.
Elsa just has this kind of look of unhappiness and says, I feel like the general store might be next on our list.
Running out of brain capacity for the shopping trip. Me IRL. So much capitalism in one day.
Well, thank you for your time, and I think I'm okay.
Yes. Thank you for your patronage.
As soon as we leave the store, Bubbles is just gonna go, "What is wrong with this city? How do they have such disorganized places?"
Yeah, I'm not gonna try any more capitalism today.
Right. Like I thought everything was just going to be weirdly green, but this is a whole different level of wonkiness.
Well, these are. Alright, hold up the skull with the eyes in it.
Sorry, I still wanted to stop at the enchanter before I go pick up my armor.
You wanted to go where?
The weapon enchanter or whatever you were talking about, like.
Oh, that would still be the blacksmith.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would come back and pick up my my armor and then ask about the enchantment of the shield.
Well, she can add +1 or +2 AC to your shield. Any kind of weapon, she could give it elemental damage.
Well, it's technically a weapon.
Okay. So the type of elemental damage you get is random. You will roll a d8 and you'll get an extra over, I think your shield's like a d4, isn't it? So you'd get an extra d4 or what have you of elemental
Yes,
damage.
sorry, yes, it's a D4.
Okay, roll a d8 for me. So it does an extra 1d4 thunder damage.
Nice.
Sorry.
Sorry, what did that cost me? I forgot to ask that part. Just want it.
My Marvel brain rot immediately thought of
Yep.
Steve wielding Mjolnir and
Yeah. That was like perfect.
it really was. And I'm fully aware that Mjolnir calls lightning, not thunder, okay? I know my shit. But that just came to me and I thought it was funny.
No, I'm with you. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, you can't have thunder without lightning breaking the
Yes,
barrier
exactly.
of sound. So
Lightning and your thunder.
So she tells you that will be 30 GP.
That is not a problem. Here you go.
And yeah, so you have your upgraded elemental weapon damage.
I guess we should maybe head to the Lizard of Oz to try and meet Clegane.
That sounds like a good plan. And then, has it been an hour since the last time I used message? Because I would want to try to message Steve that we were going to try to find Clegane.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been an hour with all the walking and the shopping and everything.
All right. So then I message Steve and say, when you're ready, we're heading to the Great Green Lizard of Oz to see if Clegane is there. And that's it. Assuming he's within 120 feet.
Yeah, I would say he's just barely within range.
And Steve can reply too if he wants to.
We'll meet you. Voice in my head.
Then I relay that info to Han and Elsa. I mean, not Han, Elsa. Han and Bubbles. There we go.
Let's go.
So the Great Green Lizard is probably one of the fanciest inns that you have been in. It's very upper class. It looks like that's mainly who frequents, but it is probably the richest city in all of Oz. So that is not totally out of the ordinary. It's so fancy that they have a host who takes you to a seat. You can wait there or try to look around the place and see if you can't find Clegane.
Yeah, Elsa starts asking around.
So, you find this elven woman, and she says that Clegane usually comes out of his room around lunch, which is not too far off, and he sits at this table right in the middle of the inn and has lamb chowder usually. And
Wow, I was just going to say that's like, wow, that's weirdly specific, but I mean, if the lamb chowder is great, then good to know.
Assuming she seems to assume you must already know Clegane, so she doesn't offer a description or anything. She's just like, yeah, he eats the lamb chowder every day for lunch, right in the middle.
Great. Is he human, or what does he look like? Can you tell me anything else about him?
Elderly dragonborn fella.
Oh, okay. Anything else identifying?
So we're
markings?
looking for this. Did you say it was a dragonborn?
Yep, an older dragonborn dude.
So he looks like a dragon.
Pretty much. He's dragonborn, older dragonborn fellow with green scales. And he usually has a cane with him. It's nothing fancy, but it helps him get around.
So Elsa looks over at Steve and says, or kind of just whispers, do you think his scales are always green, or do you think being here turned him green?
That is a great question. We'll have to find out. Do you have any other information, or is that it?
I've never spoken to the man. That's about all I know about him is from appearance.
Well, thank you very much. That's very helpful. So I guess we go back to the table and tell Han and Bubbles, assuming they're still at the table.
What was the name of that person we were just speaking with?
Sorry?
Did we get the name of the person that we were just speaking with, or does not? Did they not get
No.
one?
No, you just went up to her and asked if she had knew anything about Clegane, basically.
We're so rude. We didn't even introduce ourselves.
Well, I don't like to be rude, but I wasn't really clear on what she was trying to explain at first.
So are we waiting at his table then, or at a different table and just watching his table?
They sent you to a different table. His is like right in the middle, and yours is kind of off to the right.
I think I'm gonna have to duck out soon.
I think we all are.
Yeah. This has gone longer than I expected.
Yeah. We could definitely end things here and pick up next time with this meeting.